Hey guys, so we're here with our phase 3 kind of program description here. You guys should be looking at the program, you know, either on your phone or maybe printing it out or whatever. I'm not going to go through every single exercise. By now you guys should have a pretty good idea of how to read the program itself. What I am going to talk about is some more of the specific strategies that we're going to use this week with some of the exercises that we've been doing for a while. So what I have written here on the board is your 2A and 2B exercises for day 1 in blue, or workout A in blue. And then workout B, I have those here in red. And you can see the sets and reps in blue and red, and then the tempo as well. Okay? So 2A and 2B, by now you guys probably know, like, this is the main strength portion of your workout. So with that, we're going to implement some new strategies this phase to try to help build a little bit more strength as we kind of progress through the semester. So we'll start here at 2A. Both the deadlift and the front squat are going to have the same sets and reps and the same tempo execution. Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is just our sets and reps. Okay, and you'll see here, should kind of be the first thing that jumps out at you, is the fact that we've got a 2+2 situation here, something you guys haven't seen before, at least in our class, in our program. Okay, so when you see 2+2, this is a strategy called cluster sets. So essentially what this means is we're going to do 2 reps, then we'll completely rest for 20 seconds. That means for the deadlift, leaving the bar on the ground. For the front squat, that means re-racking it. Okay, you're gonna rest for 20 seconds, and then you'll do 2 more reps for a total of 4. Okay, so that 2+2 is 1 set, and you'll do 3 total sets of 2+2. The same thing is here for our front squats in red. 2 reps, rest 20 seconds, 2 reps. You'll do that 3 times. Okay? For chin-ups and bench press, this is pretty straightforward, 3x5. You guys know what we're doing there. 3 sets, 5 reps. Okay? And before we touch on tempo, last thing I want to mention here, it's not on your program, but after you finish your 2B, your first set of 2B, and your second set and third set, this is a great time to do some mobility. I don't have anything specific written down. I'd like you guys to kind of explore some of the different options, some of the different body parts maybe where you feel restricted in your flexibility or mobility. Okay? So by no means do you have to, but it's a great opportunity to kind of do that because you're going to need some rest before going back and starting your second or third set. Okay, and then the big change this week is our tempo. This phase, excuse me. In our previous phases, we were doing accentuated eccentrics, which is a fancy way of saying we're going really slow on the way down. This time around, we're going to do accentuated isos, which now means we're just going to spend a lot of time in our lengthened positions. Okay? So, in the other video for this week, we'll deep dive tempo a little bit more. But right now, where you see the number 3, that's an indication of an iso hold during your reps, okay? So for our deadlifts and our front squats, it's gonna start out with a 1-second eccentric on both of those, then a 3-second iso at the bottom. Okay, we're loaded there, so on the deadlifts, the weight's off the ground, and I'll show you that in a moment. On the front squat, you're just holding the bottom of your squat position. And then the second part of this is that X that you see. Okay? That X is going to represent the concentric portion of the movement. So for all of these main lifts for workout A and B, you are going to be intentionally explosive or intentionally fast on the way up, right, on the concentric action of all of these movements. So with that in mind, let me show you here briefly what a trap bar deadlift will look like with this specific tempo. Okay? So, again, we're going 1, 3, X, 1. Okay? So, I'm going to just stand up to get into position. Normally, this would be 1 rep. When we're doing these accentuated isos, we're going to stand up and not count that as a rep for this specific strategy or this specific execution style. Okay, so my set's going to start from the top now. So I'm going to go down, and you'll notice the plates are really close to the ground, but they're not touching. Okay, so I'll hold 1, 2, 3, and then explode coming up. Okay, this weight's kind of light, so I actually left the ground there. You guys shouldn't be trying to jump necessarily. So we'll show a couple more here. Down, hold 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, up. So you guys notice that I'm standing up extremely fast, extremely explosive. There's even an auditory kind of click in the weight. Okay, that's something that you should definitely be looking for, and is a great feedback to let you know that your intent is staying high, you're executing these movements correctly. Okay? So, let's return to the board here real quick, and we'll talk about our last strategy that we're going to implement for this phase. So you guys are going to see dense glute bridge or dense bench tees written in to your accessory portion. Okay? Previously, we were doing like 5-minute AMRAPs, where it's just moving for 5 minutes. And this would be kind of similar, but we're only going to do it with one exercise now. So on workout A, you have dense glute bridges. And you'll see in the sets and reps, it says either 100 reps or 5 minutes. Same thing here for bench tees. This is essentially a burnout set, okay? So you have 5 minutes to crank out 100 reps. This is not something where we want to get sloppy by any means, okay? Never do we allow the strategy to take away from our technique and our execution, right? So yeah, you're gonna have to move. You gotta get at least 20 glute bridges done in a minute, but that doesn't mean that you have to be cranking them out at lightning speed, okay? So again, you'll have 5 minutes to complete 100 reps, whichever happens first. If after week 1, you complete your 100 reps in 5 minutes, then in week 2, you can load that with really anything that's comfortable across your waist, okay? A common thing that you can use for a glute bridge is just putting a weight across your hips, okay? So as I lay here, weight is on my hips, and then I can just hold it as I go through my glute bridges. All right, so that's our program, kind of a look into some of the specific strategies that we'll be using in this phase. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out and contact me, and we can go over them together.